Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Onyx, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. What's happening, Jamie?
Just trying to get caught up. My computer's not loading again.
Yep.
Trying to say hellos to everybody.
My StreamYard's acting all goofified again. I'm going to have to dump it and reload it. I still can't see the comments on my end. I see them, but I can't see them when they go up on the screen, supposedly. So hopefully they're working right, because I don't know. But I'm going with it the way it is.
Yeah.
How's the chat room doing? Guys, have a good weekend, part of the week, the hump day, Wednesday.
I see Trip Hayes there in YouTube chat.
Yep. Did you get over your funkatitis yet? Your sickness? That stuff likes to linger on. My brother's got it now.
I just broke my YouTube.
You broke your YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't get my comments back to the top.
It's technical difficulties every day, all day. Yeah, when I had COVID, I took ivermectin, and it cost me $14 for my prescription of ivermectin. And my brother, he just called and he was like, "Hey, what was that stuff you were taking?" And I told him. He's like, "You think it helped?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." So his doctor gave him a prescription for it, and he got the same exact stuff I got, except mine was $14. His was $200. The price has gone up.
There's something now online. My mom got the link for it. It's like something MD online where you can actually get it prescribed now.
Yeah.
Correctly. And it's not supposed to be so hard to jump through hoops to get.
Except
I don't
the
know why
fact
my
that
Facebook loading.
they raised the price of it, and your insurance generally won't pay for it because it's not approved. They say it don't work. Well, damn, it worked for me.
They don't want it to work. Did you
No.
read about that thing where they're talking about one of the petri dishes had this living organism that almost seemed to be intelligent, like a parasite, that actually stood up in the petri dish and did all
No.
that stuff? Yeah, and that all stuck in the back of my head from a long time ago, and it makes me think, like, people are like, oh, dewormer, yeah, if there's like parasite type stuff in this, whatever like that, I could see how that would help get rid of that, and why people might not want you to. My whole thing is locked up.
I'm all locked up. Yeah, it's what they call a shit show, I do believe. To be quite honest. Yeah, that whatever the mononuclear antibodies, whatever that stuff's called. I probably just butchered that name. But yeah, they shut all that down here.
Yep, all the beds, everything that y'all have put out there, right? All them hospital medical beds.
I haven't heard about that one yet. Wouldn't surprise me, but
I heard they're closing all them centers down. Why will Facebook not load?
yeah, I got a lot of friends that have had. I mean, my brothers and his son, my nephew, they've had it. I'm not going to tell anybody not to get it, but at the same time, I don't want any of them telling me to get it, because my body tells me no, no, no. I was talking to my cousin today, and she was like, yeah, my doctor showed me some people that didn't take it, and they're suffering from this and they're suffering from that. And I'm like,
And the side effects are worse.
Yeah, I'm like, that's just, opposite side of the story. I've got several friends that have taken it, and they're suffering from all kinds of crazy stuff too, like serious stuff. So, it's half a dozen to one.
Wait, they have taken the ivermectin?
No, the
gotcha. I thought you. Okay, I got you.
I didn't have any really side effects from the ivermectin other than my temperature was 103 and my oxygen level was 82, and I took 8 tabs of ivermectin, and within 4 hours my temperature was almost normal and my oxygen level was up to 92.
There was something I started reading. I skimmed past it though because it seemed like BS to me. They're saying like, oh, all these prison inmates have died because they were issued like the improper amounts of the however you say it, versamectin, and this is probably going to get flagged, and they're taking improper amounts. I don't know. It's like a ploy, you could tell, just to try to sour it even more. So I didn't even bother to read it. Everything else will load except Facebook.
My Facebook.
I got it on my little phone, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm going
get the video to load on here.
Yeah, I was thinking about, we were thinking about going on a little vacation, and then I was like, that would require getting on a plane. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, we're just going to have to bite the bullet and do, I won't take any for convenience. So,
I'll just live in a van down by the river.
It sounds good to me. Speaking of down by the river, anything weird down by your river?
Huh. There's always something going on around here. I've been so busy lately, I haven't really paid attention to what's happening.
Same.
I did post that thing the other day that I was talking about, where my TV kept turning on in the middle of the night, and my memory came up the other day of that. I was like, oh yeah. I haven't had much strangeness go on around here in the last week or two. It's been kind of quiet.
Oh, I told you about that weird
You
crawly
had,
thing.
you had some weird crawly things. It's,
It
that was creeping me out 3,000 miles away.
it looked like this. Oh no. Let's see it.
Let me make that bigger. Damn it.
All right, so basically it looks like a frog thing. Like these were the legs and these are the arms and there's kind of like a little head. It was almost like a frog crawling down a wall, but like I was like going pee, and so I'm sitting there and there's like a mirror across the way and you could see the door frame of the closed part of the door in the part of the mirror. So I'm sitting there just looking at the mirror and just like da-da-da. And I start seeing in the mirror this dark shadow, like not completely black, you could kind of see through it, started skittling like down the top of the thing. I'm like, what the hell? So I look over at the actual door itself to see if there's like a moth, cascading light somehow. No, there's nothing. And I look in the mirror and it's going further down the wall. I'm, looking, can't find anything. Wiping my eye, watched this thing as it was slowly going down till it finally went into the ground, into the floor, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that's another night when the cat was acting strange. And we had something happen like a week before that where the cat was acting weird. And this is the house that has like my woman story and all that stuff happened in this house in that same kind of spot. But it was just really weird.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you were texting me that as it was happening.
Yeah, I was sitting there on the toilet too. I'm like, Rob, when I get up, I'm gonna draw you a picture. I'm like watching it. I watched it go into the ground, and then first thing I did was text Rob.
Yeah, I've had some really bizarre dreams, but I haven't had anything really weird happen, which is kind of weird in itself.
That is weird.
Been kind of quiet the last couple of weeks around here. That, or I'm just like, I've been so damn tired that I don't know, weird shit could happen and I wouldn't even really notice it because I sit on the couch and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't see you. I think you still got me by myself.
Oh yeah. Yeah, when I came in last night, I didn't get in until kind of late, and I texted you, and I ate. I had a sandwich or something for dinner, and I was out like a light. Woke up on the couch. It was like 4 a.m.
I crashed out Sunday night I crashed out really hard after the Sunday show. I got up. I still had on almost all the crystals except for one on my face. And those things, like, there's no extra glue. They just stick right on. I crashed hard.
My first article. I don't have very many articles tonight, so this one, a couple years growling in the woods, and then witnesses a UFO. It's like 2 for 1. Every time I hear, growling and stuff in the woods, I think of what was that movie? The Blair Witch movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where they're in the tent and they hear stuff running around and growling outside. It's like, oh hell no. A night in a cabin in the remote Pacific Northwest turned into a close encounter of the peculiar kind. According to a recent report submitted to Lon Strickler's Phantoms and Monsters blog, the couple had been staying at a cabin in the middle of remote woodland when the incident happened. It had been a Sunday night, and the pair had been enjoying peace and quiet. At some point, I looked up from my book, slightly unnerved. It was overwhelmingly quiet, almost stifling, the man's girlfriend wrote. No leaves rustling in the wind, no bugs buzzing, no frogs chirping. I felt sort of uneasy. After a few minutes, I began to hear something in the distance. It was back in the woods, fairly far away. I honestly have no idea what it was. This rasping, growling noise began to repeat at a fairly regular interval, always the same pitch. My boyfriend looked up. He heard it too. So I wasn't losing my mind. Experiencing a sense of fear and foreboding, the couple had decided to get up and retire indoors when something even more unexpected happened. Directly in front of us, over the lake, what I can only describe as a bar of light lit up so brightly we stopped dead in our tracks, she continued. This vertical bar of light hovered for a moment, suspended out over the lake, then disappeared, leaving the image burned into our retinas. A moment later, I realized the suffocating feeling was gone. The sense had eased, and the night in the woods just felt normal again. The growling, rasping animal sound in the distance had stopped and did not return. So who knows what they heard and what they saw. It's like not too often you get sort of a cryptozoology and a UFO experience in one.
Almost like a paranormal hat trick.
Exactly.
Well,
I have.
what would you need for that? You would need one more thing
What's that?
to have a hat trick. You'd have to have the crypto, the ghost, and an alien.
There you go.
That'd be a hat trick.
Yeah. I've been out in the woods a few times, and when you're out in the woods, it can be quiet, but if you actually stop and listen, it's kind of noisy between the wind, the leaves, the bugs and everything. So, you hear all that.
It comes alive.
Yeah. But I've been out there a few times tromping through the woods and everything's just been just pitch like perfectly quiet. Like the bugs stop making noise. And I've always wondered, like, why did this just happen? You never know. Reminds me of the time I took a friend up in the house I grew up in, the old crazy haunted house, and he was like, I don't believe this stuff, but he wanted to come over there. So we went over there one night, and we weren't even in the house 5 minutes. And he's like, so, like, what do you hear? And what do you see? What do you feel here? Or whatever. And like right when he said that, it was like boom, 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 like upstairs. And I'm like, stuff like that. And he was like, what was that? Yeah. And it was, I'm like, oh, good. It's going to be a good night. And actually, it turned out to be a pretty sorry night. Like nothing else much really happened. And we went up in the attic, which the place still scares the shit out of me. But we went up in the attic, turned all the lights off, and right before we turned the lights off, I mean, there's only one light bulb in the whole attic anyways. It wasn't like lit up bright, but he was like, this is weird up here. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, it's an old attic and there's crap everywhere. He's like, I don't see one thing that's alive. Not a bug, not a cockroach, not a cricket, not an ant, nothing. I don't see anything alive up here. And I was like, yeah, you could hear the wind outside and everything. And so we turned the lights off, and it got so deadly silent that it was almost hurting my ears. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's like, how did it get so freaking silent? Like, I mean, you couldn't. It was weird.
Like, what's that saying where the silence is so loud?
The silence is deafening. That's almost like it was like, I don't know, your head, your ears or something are so used to hearing something that when there's absolutely nothing, makes you feel kind of crazy. I mean, I'm one of those people that, sleeps with like a fan on and, ambient noise, rain or something on the TV. I don't like dead silence.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, that attic was freaky. There was a point where I used to go up there and hang out, but I never really liked to be up there by myself. So I don't know what it is about that attic, but yeah, I got one part on the video that I'm in there by myself, and I was just thinking, I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna go up in the attic, and I like reached my hand for the door, and something up in the attic was like boom, 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 and I was like, oh hell
Oh
no,
no.
Rob's ass ain't going up there right now by himself. Nope, freaked me out because that's where my dad had a heart attack at and died. So I was like, that's warning enough for my ass. I ain't going up there by myself. Where is it at? It was the house that I grew up in on Magnolia Avenue. Yeah, there's a bunch of videos that I did ghost box stuff in there right before. Well, I mean, it was sold actually, but I was still going in there. But yeah, right before it actually, whatever, turned hands. Yeah, I did, I don't know, 4 or 5, 6 ghost box sessions in there. The last one I did was pretty crazy. That's the one where the ghost box was just cussing me left and right, calling me every name in the book.
Crazy. Well, I got something crazy. And if you're a football fan, you might have heard about it.
This is pretty crazy.
So, the Browns defensive tackle Malik McDowell charged and tackled a cop before being tasered and arrested outside a nearby preschool. I think these bullet points. Okay.
He appears to be naked.
So Cleveland Browns defensive tackle was released from jail after settling his $27,000 bail on Tuesday. He was arrested and charged with aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer with violence, and exposing his sex organs in public. On Wednesday, new video emerged showing him behaving normally at a local gym less than an hour before he was arrested while walking naked near a school. More new video released Wednesday showed him charging naked at an officer. Footage that corroborates police claims that he was violent with deputies. Previously released footage from the arrest shows the naked 6'6", 295-pound McDowell surrounded by officers before being apprehended. You got to put the cuffs on that guy. McDowell's attorney claims someone may have drugged his client. And that's where I'm going with this. In 2017, he was arrested for DUI and disorderly conduct. And in 2019, he had a drunken brawl with Michigan police, later received a 2-time game suspension. So that's a duplicate. An arrest report from Monday's incident obtained by Daily Mail states that the Browns star may have left the deputy with a permanent eye injury. The 6'6", 295-pound McDowell was also tasered during the violent arrest, which took place after he was seen walking around naked on the property of a preschool. They're going over the same bullet points. He went to the gym, went to the store. He went next door to a hotel he was staying at, and then he emerged naked less than an hour later. Okay, so from there he went next door to a hotel where he was staying in Deerfield Beach, Florida to take a shower. See, I knew it was coming back to Florida.
There it is.
Give it to you, but I couldn't find Florida at first. McDowell then emerged naked less than an hour later and wandered over to the nearby preschool known as the Learning Experience. That's not funny. from there, the 25-year-old Detroit native, it was just the learning experience. Like, yeah, did they learn something?
Yeah.
He reportedly went, shit, I'm just reading things over and over. Okay, I think that he smoked some synthetics or something like that, because when people tend to start ripping their clothes off, biting, people, animals, faces, doing just the most bizarre stuff imaginable. It's usually a flock of bath salts, spice, synthetic pot. I'm thinking maybe he went in and smoked some pot, not knowing it was laced with something, because I don't think he would have done this on purpose.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that, you're going to go on a freak out and, attack a cop. Okay. Well, second that by being naked and attacking a cop. And then third it with going to a preschool.
Yeah.
It's like, let me one up that charge. Oh, let me one up that charge. let me climb the ladder for this charge. Yeah.
It's like, let me just throw my entire career and life away over whatever I just did. And maybe he did know it was laced and never had it before, thought he could handle it. But my guess is, someone's saying he drugged and that could be his defense. But I feel like
I like
he's
this picture
it,
though.
it's
He's just
synthetic.
out.
Where he's
He's
laying
just out in the
down.
street going, oh, fuck it. I'm
Mhm.
naked. I don't care. And I just injured the cop's eye with my wiener. So,
But yeah, defensive tackle. I mean, coming across the cops, I don't blame them for needing to taser him.
yeah. Wow.
Usually, when they're on that stuff too, even small guy. I mean, there's all size people. When their adrenaline hits and they're on these drugs, they're like zombies. They will keep getting tased. The prongs will be in them. They'll keep, reactivating it, and they just will still get up and charge. It's
Yeah.
like the superhuman. I think, did we do the story about the girl trying to get her off the roof, where the
Yeah.
cops were pulling her legs and stuff? And wasn't she on some sort of,
Some sort of
or
something.
was that meth?
Who knows? Who knows what the hell it is? Drugs ain't like they used to be.
No, I'd rather just chill
Yeah. Yeah.
and not end my night in jail and being
Yeah.
photographed in these positions.
Yeah. I mean, this picture right down here, I mean, he's looking like, when Jason had the buff squatch, the Bigfoot that was all like muscled out.
That's what I thought.
He's kind of looking like buff squatch right here.
He's just emerging.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I say, drugs aren't like what they used to be. Before it was like,
I mean, LSD, there was a bad trip, and then either someone talked you out of it or you slept it off.
yeah, even like, LSD, acid, mushrooms, any of that stuff, I mean, even when you had a bad trip, it wasn't like you didn't like rip your clothes off and try to eat like baby arms and your buddy's face and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They might freak out, but they never. Yeah, I don't remember ever having somebody try to eat someone's pet.
Yeah.
Drugs are bad. Sweetie Jason, drugs are bad.
Especially nowadays.
Especially keep the chemicals out of the stuff, guys.
Yeah.
That's why I like my just happy marijuana.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Which I get. checked because we get it from somebody who does provide to the dispensary, so it has to go through a lab and get looked at. And I know mine's not laced with nothing weird. But you know that fentanyl they just recovered enough fentanyl to kill, I can't remember how many thousands or hundreds of thousands of people, but they just stopped one big shipment of it.
Yeah.
But my cousin passed from it. He took a Xanax, something laced with it, didn't realize how strong it was,
Wow.
and passed away at a wedding.
Damn.
And that fentanyl's really, really bad. That's why I keep Narcan in my car. I was able to get some. I have it in my car. I have it in my purse because people were just dropping like 5 years ago in San Francisco, just dead. Like they would just hit the ground, and you knew it was a Narcan or a opiate or a fentanyl overdose.
Yeah.
And we're bringing it back in.
Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy crap here in good old crazy ass Florida. Mainly South Florida, though. Although, North Florida, we do have our fair share of tweakers and meth heads here.
I found out that actually they want people to die from it because it was like some drug running show I was watching with my cousin a while back. And they were saying, like, if there's like a street word for it, and if your drugs actually kill somebody, it's more sought after. Like people are, oh, they got the heavy, like they got the good shit. And so like it's good word of mouth to hear that somebody died from it. Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
It makes people want it more.
Hey, this stuff has killed 8 out of 10 people. Oh, cool. That's the stuff I want. What?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a revolver with 1 bullet in it. Spin it, and you had to take your chances. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, some people that I play music with. One of the guys was he's been a cop. He's been all kinds of deputies, officers, whatever. And he was saying, he was like, I've been doing this 25 years now, and I've never investigated a case where somebody's smoked weed and had like domestic abuse or violent. Weed has never been a violent, criminal type thing. It's like alcohol, which is perfectly legal. That's probably up there on the top, domestic abuse cases and all kinds of stuff like that always revolves around alcohol or something.
Yeah, but you see a bunch of stoners. I mean, they might just get mad because someone ate the last piece of pizza.
Yeah.
Typically, my groups, I mean.
And then if you get mad, you forget about it like 15 minutes later because, see something funny here.
Put on Beavis and Butthead. And I've hung out with people have done all types of everything. And never have I had my, my pot friends do anything crazy like that. I mean, might do some stupid stuff. I want to say, do some stupid things, but not crazy.
I like lose my keys and find them in the refrigerator in a bag of grapes, that kind of thing. The Breeze says she read about a 13-year-old that OD'd and found with 100 bags of fentanyl. Wow.
How many?
100.
Holy crap.
And
13-year-old.
Good grief.
A cop was doing something where he just had to touch somebody's stuff in the back of the car, and it absorbed in his skin so quick that he started overdosing. Like he didn't even know what he touched. Like some powder or something got on him, and he started ODing like right there.
Jeez. Yep. Get the couch and a bag of Cheetos. you're good to go. Well, here's an interesting one. This is, speaking of the crazy ass world we live in, we got this. People are always trying to pull scams and stuff and get money and this and that. Well, these people, fraudsters, took a corpse into the post office to claim dead man's pension. Oh, man. Talk about Weekend at Bernie's. That's pretty much.
Oh, my God. How did you find this one?
Pretty much what this is like. One of the strangest fraud attempts of recent years took place at a post office in Ireland this week. In Ireland, when two men walked into Hosey's post office in Carlow, Ireland on Friday morning, supporting an unconscious elderly gentleman. Staff members immediately thought that something was up. Fraudsters who had put a jumper over the old man and a hat on his head had lugged him up to the counter and requested to withdraw money from his pension. When staff members asked about the well-being of the man, they were told that he was having a heart attack and that he would be taken to the hospital after withdrawing the cash. Unconvinced, a member of the staff picked up the phone and called emergency services, prompting the two men to drop the man on the floor and run from the premises. When ambulance crews arrived, they discovered the man was indeed dead. It later came to light that one of the men had previously attempted to extract money from the old man's pension account earlier on the same day, but was unable to do so without him being present. Police are now attempting to track down the suspects, while investigators are also working to determine exactly how long the elderly men had been dead.
That's what I want to know. And how did he die?
Yeah. The deceased was identified as Peter Doyle, a man in his 70s who lived nearby. I was absolutely shocked to hear about what happened, said Ken Moran, the mayor of Carlow. I cannot believe anyone would do something like this. It's beggars belief. I'm just shocked. So, yeah, man, they dressed up Bernie and
bringing him in like he's about to have a heart attack, but we're gonna get some cash first.
Yeah, they won't take cards in the room, so we got to have cash. He's having a heart attack. Can you hurry, please? What's that smell?
Oh my God! Ugh. That you won the internet for the day, man.
Let's take a dead guy in and try to get some of his money. The hell, people? What the hell? What is wrong?
Do better. Okay. Didn't have too much. This next one, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to kind of skip through parts of it. But basically, Israeli scientists have trained goldfish to drive in a scene out of a Dr. Seuss book. What it is, it's a little contraption. It's like a goldfish bowl on wheels, and the fish is swimming like where it would want to go, and the car goes where the little fish is swimming. It's not really driving a car. It's basically like putting a hamster in a hamster ball. Picture this, a goldfish swimming in a square tank on wheels as it rolls deliberately from one side of a room to the other. It's not a scene from a children's book or a futuristic movie. It's an animal behavior experiment at Israel's university, where researchers have successfully trained several goldfish to operate a robotic vehicle in an effort to explore whether their species is capable of navigating on land. Why do we need to do this?
I don't have an answer for that.
It turns out they just might be, but the thing is, why? They're a fish. They belong in their fish bowl. They belong in their ocean or pond.
Or lake.
Or lake. not in a hot little thing that's going to heat up the waters. It's driving around town. And then what's it going to go do? Stop off somewhere and do what?
Poop.
As it turns out, they just might be. The study hints that navigational abilities universal rather than specific to the environment, said a PhD student and one of the paper's authors. Second, it shows that goldfish have the cognitive ability to learn a complex task in an environment completely unlike the one they evolved in. As anyone who has tried to learn how to ride a bike or drive a car knows, this is challenging at first. Okay, again, it's in its own fish bowl. The fish swim at what they want to look at. The bowl is going where the fish is wanting to go.
Hmm.
I really don't know why they needed so many studies. The team set out to explore whether animals' navigational abilities are universal or restricted to their natural environments. The scientist says they're not naturally equipped to explore terrestrial environments. To get around this obstacle, researchers created the fish-operated vehicle, a set of wheels under the goldfish tank that uses an intricate camera system to record and translate a fish's movements into navigational directions. The FOG changes its position based on the fish's movement, characteristics, location, and orientation in the water tank. Researchers tasked 6 goldfish with driving the vehicle towards a visual target. A colorful mark on the wall of an experiment room, okay, visible through the clear sides of the tank. Like any other would-be driver, the fish started off with lessons. The researchers tested whether the fish could drive toward the target in return for a food pellet. They conducted multiple 30-minute sessions to see how many times each fish reacted to the target, how long each drive took, and the distance they traveled each time. After a few days of training, the fish were all able to navigate to the target, even if they hit a wall along the way or started their drive from a new location. Notably, they weren't fooled by decoy targets. All right, so they still need more research and everything, but I can see, I guess, where some of the research might be helpful as far as the fact that it's going towards the target and it's being trained like a dog with a treat. But
There we go. You're out on the street.
yeah, this just seems just so ridiculous to me that people. I mean, we have so many things to learn about and explore in this world. To see if a goldfish could go towards a target just doesn't blow my mind.
I don't know. I don't know the point of it, other than, hey, we can get money to see if we can make goldfish drive a car.
Right? Grant money.
Grant money. I don't know. Said it before. I'll say it again. Weird world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very strange. Well, here's one you may have heard about. And actually, Azariana sent me this article. And then I upped it one. You may have heard about the monkey truck that was hauling monkeys to a lab.
No.
And the monkey truck got in a wreck, and monkeys were spilt all over the highway.
No.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't like this one. But the monkey truck crashes spawns conspiracy theories after a woman at the scene falls ill. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So now, we got a monkey crash.
Did they die?
No, there's some of them, or one of them I think is still running around. If I can get to the article.
So they all died except one?
No, a bunch of them were running around. They captured, I think they captured all but one. I don't know. Let's see what the article says.
Okay.
A PA woman first on the scene. I think these were headed to Florida too. I'm not 100% on that. PA woman first on the scene of last week's lab monkey truck crash near Danville is now the center of an online conspiracy theory after falling ill. The Mail reports the woman's Michelle Fallon, who lives near Danville, Pennsylvania, is now suffering symptoms after one of the McKeek monkeys hissed in her face. That's hissed, not pissed. But the jury's out on that. On her Facebook page and interviews, Fallon said she suddenly developed a cough, runny nose, and pink eye the day following the accident. The pink eye became so bad she sought emergency room treatment. According to the CDC, like we can believe anything they say, the species commonly spreads herpes virus B through saliva, feces, or urine. PETA, a little crazy, animal rights group, has called for an investigation into the incident, no doubt. The group, known formally as People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, issued a press release saying Fallon got an eye full of monkey saliva that caused a reaction. Now she's on antiviral drugs and medication to protect against rabies or herpes in her eye, or who knows what these crazy lab monkeys had.
Yeah, like what did they do to the monkeys? Gave them some sort of freaking variant or something that she's now got in her face.
Yep, that's where it's heading. Among the treatments Fallon received was a rabies shot. And it ain't just one shot, it's a bunch. But PETA fears other people in the area have been exposed, aiding in its latest news release. Feces and urine from terrified monkeys were reportedly smeared across the highway as crates that weren't strapped in as required tumbled from the truck. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention should be scrambling to ensure the numerous other people who were at the scene aren't in danger. The Atlanta-based CDC is providing technical assistance to state police in Pennsylvania, the Associated Press reported. Anyone who's had contact with one of these primates, which were headed for a lab, is being advised to contact their health provider immediately. So, yeah, supposedly the story is they were heading to a lab, supposedly in Florida. I don't know if that's true or not. But supposedly they were doing some sort of like COVID testing stuff on these monkeys.
So what's going to happen to the monkeys now, though?
Who knows? I don't have a clue.
They have to go back?
I don't know.
I'm sick of this.
Doesn't say it doesn't go into it any further in this article, but you know, there used to be, not too far from where I live, there used to be a monkey lab, and it's supposedly haunted. But and I've actually been there too. I went there like a long time ago.
I think you've told me about it.
Yeah, but a bunch of monkeys escaped from that lab. Supposedly, that's the way the story goes. A bunch of monkeys escaped, and there's a bunch of wild monkeys in the area. Still to this day, haunted monkeys. But yeah. Shame on them for testing on monkeys in the first damn place. I personally really don't like monkeys.
They killed the monkeys?
No, they didn't kill them.
As Ariana said.
Oh, did she? Oh, they were infected with some virus.
And unless she's talking about something else.
They won't say. They were being transported to a science lab. Yeah, so experimental monkey. Yeah, like Marie says, experimental monkeys loose in the streets. What could go wrong? Yeah. Yeah, what could go wrong? No, nothing. It came from a bat. Yeah, we're going to get banned for sure. Bat my ass.
Mm. Okay. Moving forward. To a 555.55 carat black diamond believed to come from space is going on sale.
This is pretty cool.
The shape of the diamond is inspired by the Middle Eastern palm symbol of the Hamsa. That's another word, Hamsa. How do you say that? Hamsa, the hand. Hamza. Hamsa. I always say these words wrong just because I've grown up reading them.
Sounds good. Hamza.
Hamza, Hamza. A sign of protection, which means 5 in Arabic. The theme of 5 runs throughout the stone, according to the auctioneer. In addition to its 555.55 carats, it also contains exactly 55 facets or faces.
It's pretty cool looking.
I think so.
And it's from space.
And it's believed to be from space.
Wonder how much that's going to sell for.
I'm curious. Someone just bought a 10 carat diamond ring for 23,000 the other day. I have no idea. Plus, it's a black rare diamond from space. But can you imagine holding that in your hand, what it might feel like?
Yeah, I'm like, I think about like my little pieces of green crystal from space, and they're nowhere near the size of this thing.
Like, she wants to put that on her forehead like that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I would just want to put that everywhere.
Everywhere?
Not quite everywhere.
I don't know. I haven't worn my necklace lately, as of late. With
I put on my evil eye tonight for specific reasons.
I get these little pieces of moldavite, and the one that I have it's way bigger than this piece. And like I said, last time I wore it, man, I got a 3-day headache from hell.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was from the moldavite, but you can't really see that.
You might have to ease your way in or start with smaller doses.
Smaller doses, micro doses of the moldavite, baby steps.
This is a evil eye necklace that was made with space glass.
Oh, cool.
And I got it at the coast with my sister when we were on a sister weekend a long time ago where I grew up. It has a long sentimental story to it, but it's a sentimental third eye, and there's specific reasons why I'm wearing it tonight. Can we say mental Mary? So yeah.
Yeah, Papa Krampus has it. Why are we hearing Peter Gabriel?
Oh, there's Papa.
Exactly.
What do you say? Oh yeah. No, I'm not going to get out of my head.
Yeah, moldavite's some trippy stuff. The piece I have that I wired it with some silver wire and made it into a necklace. But you can actually hold it in your hand, and I swear it heats up and vibrates. It's weird. It's not just me that feels it either. Everybody else that's held it has said the same thing.
I get this one, the pebble.
Yeah.
to glow. I practice meditating with it and holding it, and I'll have the light on so I can see it and getting it to glow brighter. But
Yeah.
now I want to do it with like the bowls and stuff when I'm doing like a good meditation and see if I can get that to like hella glow.
There you go. What really charges those things up too is if you have an ultraviolet light.
Yeah, the black lights.
Yeah,
That's what I use.
Crazy. Yeah, my friend that has a crystal shop here, she just posted a picture of those. She just got some more in and posted a picture of them the other day. They're like in a bowl and it's kind of dark. And when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, this looks like robin eggs or something. And then I read the thing, glowing pebbles. I'm like, ah, those are cool. Still don't actually know what those glowing pebbles are, though.
Nope. Do you have another article?
No, not unless I steal one of yours.
Okay. Take that shark one.
I'd have to go back. I can do the last one.
Okay. Why do you have to go back?
To get the text on it, I got to open up my Facebook and all that again.
Oh, like if I send you the stuff, you can't get it right now? Or my screenshots?
Yeah, I can go back and get it. It will take a moment.
You don't have to. I can do another one.
Yeah, I'll go get this one while you
Okay.
do this one, that one.
So, do you want to throw up the picture of the third-eyed cow while I read it?
Mm-hmm.
So, we have a calf that was born with a third eye on its forehead and 4 nostrils as people queue to worship it.
Weird looking cow.
Lucky cow. Calf born with third eye on forehead and 4 nostrils as people queue to worship it. And I do see animals born with things like the other day there was a cheetah or something like that. Remember, it had like an extra jaw on top of its head.
Yeah, something weird like that.
Yeah, like animals sometimes have things like that. That's not uncommon. People in the country believe the birth of the animal will bring villagers good luck and prosperity, with many showering the animal with gifts such as coconuts and flowers. Calf will eat a coconut. A unique calf has been born with 4 nostrils and 3 eyes, and locals believe it's an incarnation of God. The Holstein Jersey cow was born on a farm in India where locals are queuing up to visit the sacred animal. The farmer claims many believe it's the Hindu god Shiva, also known as the Lord of the Cattle. In photos and video footage, the cow can be seen with a third eye on its forehead, as well as 4 nostrils. Farmer said as soon as the cow gave birth, we thought it was some kind of wound on the forehead before finding it as an eye with the help of a flashlight. We found 4 nostrils and further saw the locals coming to our home after the nocturnal birth. The calf is moving normally and drinks milk from the mother's udder and makes good use of the third eye on the forehead. It's more like God has visited us. The Indian calf weighs about 30 pounds and has a longer tongue than the average calf, but is still managing to drink milk normally. Locals believe the birth of the animal will bring villagers good luck and prosperity, with many showering the animal with gifts of coconuts and flowers. This is not the first calf with multiple eyes to be born. Oh God. In May 2021, a 3-eyed calf arrived North Wales, where it was later slaughtered. Although the Indian calf is not destined for a slaughter, its future is still uncertain, as one livestock department official believes the animal will not survive for long. Well, then let nature take its damn course. They said these are rare cases, but such mutant animals do not survive for a long period. They either live for 24 months or they can die in a couple of weeks, just like all the are any of those cloned animals still alive, like that lamb?
I don't know.
The farmer has reached out to a local vet for a medical screening who confirmed despite its unusual mutation, the three-eyed calf is currently healthy. See, I think it'll be fine. The farmer also confirmed that the other calves that this cow has given birth are in good health. I just think he just has an extra eye and the nostrils, as long as everything's still going where it needs to go. I don't see, unless his little heart might be weak.
Yeah, I have friends that have a couple of them have two-headed snakes.
Yeah, lots of two-headed snakes.
Yeah. One of them's called Bert and Ernie.
Did you see those two-headed turtles I sent you, though?
Yeah.
That, I think then people actually breed them on purpose for that, which makes me wonder what they do, because it's like they had a crap load of two-headed turtles in that tank.
Yeah. Probably.
I mean, they are so cute, but anyways, the other calves that were born were okay. The cow's extra features are purely down to science. Private practitioner said, blah, blah, has nothing to do with all the superstitions or even faith. People should be made aware, especially those who are from rural areas who tend to worship such animals. Despite many seeing the calf's rare appearance as a divine miracle, the vet maintained that the cause for the deformity is a hormonal disorder. Well, no shit, it's a hormonal disorder. But if people want to believe that it's God or God sending a sign or that it's got something special to it and people really believe it, don't take that from them. They know it was born deformed. And maybe it's not deformed. Maybe it was meant to be that way.
Like as Ariana says, why is it always in India where these like weird two-headed mutated weird stuff grows?
Yeah, that is
Weird
true.
apples and stuff, you know? That would be, you know, kind of a freak out to just, you know, walk out there and hey, little cow, whoa, what is this? Don't know if I want to pet this one quite yet. Fukushima cattle. Well, we got this one that stealing from Jamie. What is it, you may ask? There are concerns that a prehistoric monster, a megalodon, is back after huge bite marks were pictured on the side of a great white shark. Diver Jalil Nigafavo, I don't know what her last name is. Najafav, something like that. 40, they put her age in there. Saw a 15-foot shark with a massive bite mark swimming off Isla Guadalupe in Mexico, and the huge wound has since sparked a debate as to what on earth attacked it. Experts argued why another shark would have bitten its own kind so violently. While social media users had another much more terrifying idea, reports say that it has led to speculation that it could come from a megalodon, an ancient shark species regarded as one of the largest and most powerful predators to have ever lived. And just so happens that I have a tooth of a megalodon right here. And this is actually kind of a small one. This one's only like, I don't know, 3.5 inches or so. There's much larger ones than this. So that's one tooth of a megalodon. So yeah, imagine a whole mouthful of those chomping into something. The bite
Chomping.
chomping, doing some chomping over here. The bite mark was huge and terrifying. Jalil said I was really surprised as I've never seen anything like this in my life. The most common fossils that archaeological can't say that word tonight. Archaeologists, I don't know, have found are ones that are prehistoric creatures with large teeth, which are larger than any shark's teeth that they have ever seen. This implies that the megalodon is much larger than any shark today. To understand the origins of the bite, Mr. Najafov, my best guess, reached out to Dr. Tristan Cutridge for his opinion. Dr. Cutridge's opinion, who heads the marine nonprofit Saving the Blue, said, I'd rule out mating probably due to position of the wound. Looks like it's healed a fair bit, and although mating scars can be nasty, they are more superficial than that. The shape of it, to me, likely indicates a bite from another shark. Seems a bit extreme for defense, but it's a large shark itself, so predation from another shark is possible. Another researcher, Michael Damier, weighed in saying, I'm confident this is a competitive aggression bite. So, yeah, it's a pretty, I mean, that's hard to tell in a picture like that, but that's a piece of a 15-foot great white shark that has a bite pretty much all the way across its, body. So, whatever bit it was pretty damn big.
That's insane.
Insane in the membrane. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, megalodons are pretty. Didn't have anything to fear. You could just say that.
Oh yeah.
It's like the biggest thing swimming in the ocean. Like we were talking the other night, on Jason's show about, experimenting here and exploring the moon and different planets and Mars and this and that. I mean, our oceans are the least explored thing that we have. I mean, there's parts of the ocean that are miles deep, and
Yeah.
we get a glimpse of what's there, but we don't really know what's really there.
Even with those little scuba machines, I've always wanted those like personal little go-kart scubas or subs. I've always wanted to go down. They go down there and they see some interesting stuff swimming around. They'll have like the big old black eyes and they're kind of iridescent looking. But there's areas where they still can't get all the way down there. There's cracks everywhere. I mean,
yeah,
so much to be explored.
I mean, it would be trippy enough. What's the dude? He's a film producer, James Cameron. Is that who did Titanic? I mean, he's actually gone down in these little subs and stuff, and gone all around the Titanic and done all that, and I don't know what the deepest he's been. He's been pretty far though. This whole crew, and yeah,
I've always wanted to do that. As soon as I seen those little personal things, I was like, "Oh my god, I want to do that!" Because I used to do a lot of scuba diving and stuff.
yeah.
Just like I want to go to that spot where the continents, you can touch the two continents at the same time. Have you seen that picture of the diver like down there touching like both sides? I can't remember which sides, but God, I want to dive down there. and explore. That's the fun thing about the ocean too. You can go to like one spot, a coral reef, and it can look one way one day, and you go back there the next day, go back there 5 days, and every day it's completely different. You might see like a turtle or like an eel that lives in a hole, but it's like a whole other world every time you go down there.
Yeah.
You just never know what you're going to see or find. And with sand always blowing around, you never know what's like down in the sand.
Yep.
I could spend and have spent hours and hours down there. But I also thought it'd be kind of scary to explore like the real depths, especially when you see like the movies.
Yeah. I'm a little too I don't know.
I think my
Claustrophobic or something.
That's what I was gonna say. I think my claustrophobia would definitely get to me then.
Yeah.
When I was diving, they're like, "Oh yeah, if you're claustrophobic, you shouldn't do this." I'm like, "Ah, shit."
Yeah.
And when I first, so I thought I was gonna do it anyway, and I start going, and I felt what they meant, but it was more like not realizing I could breathe through the thing. Once I realized I could breathe through it, I was okay.
Yeah.
But you still have a fear when you look up at the water
Yeah.
and like thinking, okay, if this tank goes,
Yeah. Am I going to be able to hold my breath long enough to get back to the surface?
not suck
Oh,
CO2.
yeah, without my head exploding or something.
Well, I've got one other one, and then you can do that last one if you want. I'm just going to read this one fast because I don't want to get into the schematics of it. But now you can rent a robot worker for less than paying a human. And we know there's lots of robots that work in all these different factories and such, but they're taking their jobs.
Taking their jobs.
Popular Manufacturing has been making metal hinges, locks, and brackets in South Chicago for more than 100 years. Some of the company's metal presses, hulking great machines that loom over a worker, date from the 1950s. Last year, to meet rising demands amid a shortage of workers, Puller hired its first robot employee. Hired. The robot arm performs a simple, repetitive job. Makes me think of Wallowitz.
Yeah.
Lifting a piece of metal into a press, which then bends the metal into a new shape. And like a person, the robot worker gets paid for the hours it works. Okay, wait. They pay the robot or the guy who owns the robot?
Yeah, I don't know.
Joe Figueroa, who manages Polar's production line, says the robot, which is leased from a company called Formic, costs the equivalent of $8 per hour, compared with the minimum wage of $15 per hour for a human employee. Deploying the robot allowed a human worker to do different work, increasing output, Figueroa says. The fact that he didn't have to pay $100,000 up front to buy the robot and then spend more money to get it programmed is crucial. Figueroa says that he'd like to see 25 robots on the line within 5 years. So it's kind of like he's leasing it, but we do in Las Vegas already see the robot bartenders. I have a lot of bartender friends who were very disappointed to go out there and see robots mixing their drinks. You see these arms flipping the cups and everything. And we're going to be just seeing a lot more of this. More people are wanting to work from home, be Instagram influencers, try on clothes, get people to buy what they're selling. A lot of OnlyFans, a lot of accountants out there. But a lot of the work is going to robots.
Yep. Yeah, like Sherry says, first part of robot takeover is self checkouts. Yeah, our Walmart here is pretty much all self-checkout. There's a few regular aisles left, but hardly anybody works in them.
And that's true.
But yeah, there's like, I don't know, 20 or 30 self-checkout things. Which I gotta admit, usually when I go check out, I go to the robot checker. Get in line like the cattle.
Well, you know what? I'm at the grocery store. I think they should at least not charge you 10 cents a bag if you're checking yourself out, since you're kind of technically doing their job. Like when I go to Lucky's, if I have like a few things, I always go to the self check. If I have a basket with a bunch of stuff and like produce that has to be looked up, I go in line, so they have to do it.
Yeah.
But you would think that you'd get some sort of kickback for checking your own stuff out, you know?
Yeah.
At least a free bag.
Yeah, they don't charge us for bags here unless you go to Aldi's.
Ours are 10 cents a bag.
Dang.
And then you could carry your own bags around till COVID hit. 'Cause we have all these like cloth those cloth felt book bags and crap.
Yeah.
And then COVID came, so those are unsanitary. So it went back to you can't bring your own bags in. And what's crappy is I'll say, yeah, I want bags. They still won't give me enough bags. And they put like all this different separate items into my cart. I'm like, I got to carry all this in one at a time. Are you kidding me? I'm paying for the bag. Give me another motherfucking paper bag.
Oh, geez.
It's California.
Yep. California. Yeah, Florida's crazy, but California's batshit crazy.
See, my mom says, okay, I was telling her about Florida because she still doesn't get how crazy y'all really are. She goes, can't be worse than California. I said, yeah, well, it's a different kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I said, they're both pretty out there, but Florida's a different, a whole other kind of crazy.
Yeah. The people that run your state are like, most of them are crazy, whereas the people that live in our state, most of them are crazy.
My mom wants your Dos Santos.
Yep.
She's like, I like that Florida guy.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. You can't use your own bags. They'll sell them to you still probably, but you can't use them. You can only buy them and use them once, and then you're stuck with them hanging in your garage with old shoes or something in them.
They do come in handy for a lot of random stuff, but
yeah, when I was delivering food, I would usually, I had the freezer bags or the stay warm bags that I got at the grocery store, and I would use those to put food in to keep it cool or hot or whatever. You know, when I was delivering food and screwing myself on my car warranty. This last one, I won't read the whole article because it's rather long, but what is that? It looks like a damn flying car. That's maybe because that's what it is. According to the developers, the car that can be transformed into a small aircraft has passed a flight test in Slovakia with flying colors. The air car, wow, where'd they come up with that name? That's ingenious. The air car was awarded an official airworthiness certificate by, God, I'm like echoing my own words tonight out of my own lips. The certificate, oh, geez, now I screwed myself all up. The certificate by the Slovak Transport Bureau after completing a 70-hour rigorous flight test to Klein Vision, the company behind dual-mode car aircraft. The test flight, which included more than 200 takeoffs and landings, met all European Union Aviation Safety Agency standards. The company said in a press release, a spokeswoman for Klein Vision told CNN that a pilot license will be required to fly the car. It's a hybrid vehicle, and the company hopes to bring the air car to market within 12 months, he added. That's pretty soon. That's kind of frightening. A team of 8 experts incorporates the design concept into a mathematical model that led to the production of a prototype that recorded over 100,000 hours of flight. The air car is powered by a 1.6 liter BMW engine that runs on fuel sold at a gas station. Anton Zagat, co-founder of Klein Vision, said that in a statement to CNN, at an altitude of 18,000 feet, he added in June, the flying car completed a 35-minute test flight between the airport in Nitra and Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia. After landing, the aircraft was converted into a car and driven into the city. Aircraft certification opens the door to highly efficient mass production of flying cars. A test pilot, who is the inventor of the car and the leader of the development team, says this isn't the first time a similar type of vehicle has been certified. Certified Airworthiness and Maintenance Special Group told CNN the drive will be a creation of products that can be put on the market soon. Goes on and on to talk about more about it, and there could be flying cars within 12 months is what I got out of that. And I don't know, that could be good, but people drive like complete dumbasses now. So how many of those are going to take from the streets to the skies and fly like dumbasses? That's what scares me. Because, I mean, if there's a car crash on the road, it happens. And even though, things can fly apart, it's contained. Whereas if there's an air crash in the sky, there's going to be the same kind of crash. Things are going to go flying, but then they're going to fall out of the sky. And what are they going to land on? It's going to be like the double whammy car crash. So, something to think about. Things that make you go,
Or
or I don't know. I mean, I can see, I've often, how many times have you been sitting in traffic and just like thought, yeah, I wish I could just, just fly and get out of this crap. But then if you're doing it, everybody's going to be doing it. So
what I've always imagined was I wanted like a scoop in front of me, like on a tractor, the bucket. So like
yeah,
I
like
come up to the car and just go, boom.
Yeah. Big cow catcher on the front of your car, like
Cow
in Mad
catcher.
Max.
Well,
Try.
we got half an hour, so I don't know if maybe you want to, if enough people want cards read, or if we want to run the box for like 15 and then do cards for 15.
Yeah.
Or what y'all want to do.
What you want to do?
If we have any requests.
Yeah, it does seem like a DUI on a whole nother level. Yeah, what happens if you're driving drunk and then you're just like, I think I'm going to fly the rest of the way home?
Or the cop goes to pull you over and you're like,
Yeah.
and you just fly away.
Yeah, and there's a whole nother level. If I have a flying car, and if I have a flying car and you have a flying car, well, there's going to have to be flying cop cars too. And how do they pull you over once you're up in the sky? It's like
flying drag races. Oh, what if they can kill switch?
Yeah, you just fall out of the sky. Another car crashed through a roof in a suburban home today.
Somehow they like kill your switch, so you're just like hovering. And then all these Terminator bots, drones come around you with guns.
Yep.
Drones and guns. See, go back to Terminator.
The Fifth Element.
Yeah, Fifth Element.
Big bada boom.
Exactly. Okay, looks like we have a couple requests for 15 minutes spirit box. And then we've got some people on YouTube for some cards, so maybe we could do a little spirit box and some cards. That is true, Wolfie. It's a good pun, though.
Wow.
What?
I have a virtual rat's nest of wires.
Mm. A literal virtual.
I said,
So you hear that they're making the green M&M take her boots off because she's too sexy?
What?
They're changing her candy. They said the green M&M is too sexy with her boots.
Oh, man. But they're supposed to be sexy. It's green M&Ms. Come on. Everybody knows what green M&Ms are for.
Exactly. And then I said, but what if it was the other M&Ms wearing the boots? Would it be okay?
Yeah.
Like, why can't we have sexy boots on our candy?
Exactly.
Not complete.
Is it really? I just heard it say that.
Is
It is really.
So
It
we're
is the
gonna call
spiritus. And we're here to talk to the spirits.
What do you guys think about them changing our candy? Should I leave it alone?
Yeah.
Excellent. An excellent driver. Slow on the driveway. Tuesdays. Wednesdays pizza night.
I thought I heard, like, when I asked about candy, something like eat it, but I don't know. Minnie Mouse in a pantsuit? Okay, so we start out with
That's heating up. And while that's head or violin in your
it was a big deal to be able to wear pants. So now we're saying we can't even wear a skirt if we wanted to wear a skirt.
some time.
Why should Minnie Mouse be in a pantsuit?
And rest held in why.
This world, man, makes it too complicated.
Years ago, they changed strawberry shortcake. This is before all this woke stuff, though. But strawberry shortcake always had a dress, and then they ended up changing her into some like overalls or something. It's like, why did they change her dress?
I have no idea.
I'm just gonna. So I'm just.
the Smith.
Miss Smith?
Energy.
Yes.
Who's here to talk with us tonight?
Out of the end.
What are they searching for?
Strawberry. Even pretty much are.
Atrophy.
Yeah, spirits. Without being too specific, what is up with all the celebrities dying here lately?
It's just
On the Trump, you would call. That's it.
Who's traveling?
I thought I heard exit left a minute ago too. Like exit left.
Yeah.
That's that. That's not.
Smith again?
Did I just hear it say wolf or wolfie? You can tell us what you heard, Lori.
Completely. Not clap.
I may have heard it too.
when up.
Sorry.
Oh, she probably doesn't want them to ban her.
Yeah.
Last time she said something. Facebook. She got Facebook.
You to feel
Facebook.
how much
Bunch of ass hats.
the
Oh, nice, is Ariana.
Yeah, really.
Hugo.
Girlfriend.
Ford. Smile. Smile.
I thought I heard like a weird, different voice start coming through when I said that about
I'm just gonna pretty much
the
even
money, but I
Yeah.
cut it off.
Put look
With you.
the mirror.
can be left so that I
Alley.
Main Street. So I'm not gonna. Original. Your haircut. I need to do this, especially the end. Facing.
Moonlight in the music plays a song.
Your structure. Your
Killed.
It was something, but I didn't get it.
cheek to the water to intercept.
So, yes. Right. Go.
And when
If you're talking about me, I haven't had a haircut in quite some time.
Now.
General fusion. Heat setting. Heat. So. Yeah, I might one day. Water, cheek, earth, and water.
Tail. Dry.
Step 7. Yeah. Take that forward. Just say thank you. Earliest necessary. Okay, I think. Sure. Scissors.
For time.
The 3. The great protectants.
Color.
4. Ministry. Do you want
Could have swore I heard something about COVID a minute ago.
3.
And he kept saying 3.
Thank you.
I said really, and then I didn't know it was muted. And then what?
Together. Like, six.
What?
I'm not gonna try. They put burn it down.
Burn it down?
Okay.
I heard wolf again, I think.
You guys got a message for Wolfie?
1, 2, 2. Just around.
Have any messages for anyone in the chat room? Can you say someone's name in the chat?
Here, take some of your takeaways. Then shoulders. Tower.
Mm.
4, 5, 3, 3. Relative. 10.
That sounded like the way my dad used to burp, because he'd burp and go, ribbit.
Yeah.
There we go. Heathen.
Kind of weird I do that.
You do?
Yeah.
You ribbit?
Yeah.
3, your aura when you just
Something like your aura?
Once again, Spirit, can you say somebody's name that's in the chat?
We'll come up with some more games to play with you guys.
5.
So it's your time. If there's anything that you want to say, there's people listening.
That's great. Protect them.
Spirit protect them. And anybody who's watching here, if their spirits want to talk through Rob's device,
Who's just
they can hear you.
May take. Okay. Accept.
If anybody's guides want to come step forward and talk through Rob's device, well,
Your turn. 6.
that almost sound like a little 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
So
Why are you sad?
9.
How come you're sad?
Through.
Were you hurt?
A little bit,
Or do you miss somebody?
Relative. Music. No, I'm more.
Which relative was it?
Be together.
What will make the sad person feel happy? Can we help?
The water is receptive. Beautiful. Oh, I get so. They portraits that they. So I.
Must.
Tell. No.
Me too.
Wolves?
The fires.
I thought I heard something weird in between that. I don't know what it was.
So now. For a time more.
Is there anything you guys look forward to?
No. So.
Did someone say they're frightened?
Richie. I'm just getting pretty much even up. Our son, you.
Smile. Smile.
Just.
Can you tell us what your name is?
I thought I heard the frightened.
Yes, I.
Peace.
Open. Hey, yes, I.
No.
Mornings. Here, too. Danger.
Danger? Who's in danger?
Manu.
Keep them. Crown.
The one with the little boy voice.
Us. 2:00.
Late.
Okay.
Fam.
What is that spirit frightened of? Can you tell us?
Nick. My take.
I just go. Like good. That sounds right.
Dance.
Show that. Even.
Louise.
Yes.
Try.
I feel like when I've asked about what you're afraid of,
Come
all
on.
the times I've answered like
I'm doing
peace.
like if you want to.
What was that?
Yes.
Like a couple of times when I asked like what you're afraid of or la la,
Yup.
I feel like I've heard like peace after that. Like, are you scared of peace?
Yeah.
Like I don't know what. Like 2 or 3 times, I've kind of caught it together now.
What are you talking about? Peace spirits.
Hello.
Yeah, that's true.
Ask if they want peace or don't want peace.
Is it peace that you want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't you get it?
Yeah.
What's stopping you? Nothing.
I'm telling you in the mountain.
Is that
And peace for us or peace for them?
No. Fact. Just. To the listening. Listen.
Listening.
Of your
but they will
a little bit.
He's pretty.
need
This.
this
Help.
this
Same.
makes
Some.
Take. Don't worry. I'm just. Yeah.
you feel you the meanings of that
And they. For two.
I'll have enough. Still.
choose choice. Yeah. Snake just with you and keep
Or ask what we can do for peace.
I'm still being uneven. Hold on.
What can we do for peace spirits?
Relatively. Right.
no
You know, the queen.
Is achieving peace here? Is it possible?
The go flippant. No. Like that. Anything.
Repent.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, so.
2000.
It's a cat.
Just eat it. So yeah.
no
That.
tip
3. 3.
Beautiful.
beautiful
Get it?
Fool. The.
you
Cheese and water.
I'll ask again. Is there any messages from anyone in the chat room?
just yeah
Health.
Just
What?
Right?
evil.
Yes.
See.
Oh, no, sir. No.
Come on.
Kira. Do the thing to do. Doesn't mean just
with great feelings.
that can be that stuff. Well, that's you.
Only was. Yeah.
You know, the queen. Does it like this? So
I think I've heard the name Liam like 3 times.
And when I
a little mound or like even the
Just people. I'm
open.
once in every
of
And how
so I
Do you do helps?
one.
It's a cat.
No.
Dad,
Wally World, I don't know how long ago, he said he heard it say, "Let's go, Brandon."
That's awesome.
The Breeze heard it too.
Her really quick. Sure.
That's great.
You were to find like a cousin. Like that, anything. No, no, sir. No. One.
so
So people. Was
Wait.
What do you need help with?
waves.
Where's that? I'll get some of the fruit.
Being ready.
Sure. Just want to make sure.
Did it answer you the waves?
That's what it sounded like.
Like tsunami?
dinner.
Just spot. Circle. Pentacle.
Well, what?
A circle and a pentacle.
No.
Right.
Record. They will. Shut. What just told Janice? What?
No.
Red.
Louis. Just not. What? I take.
No.
Open.
Hold.
Yes.
Breathe.
I've heard Brett a few times.
You.
And Philip, but I feel like we get that a lot.
Which one?
He's
Eat.
What?
Hey.
Did she say Rob or hello?
Somebody calling my name?
Perfect. Side. See?
More.
You
See?
Here at
I don't know what snow is, Wolfie.
Richie.
Unexperienced in that.
Mute.
Why is your dog barking?
I don't have a clue.
Is there something creeping around?
Could be.
The three.
Well, we ran Spirit Box for Pet Spirits. We're going to turn it off here in a minute. The show's about to end. So thanks for talking with us. We're going to turn the box off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Station. Listen to.
Thank you, spirits.
Snow. What is this story you speak of?
What is this that you speak of? This monstrosity.
Hey, I had to scrape ice off the damn car here the other day. That's close enough to snow for me. And it would have snowed if it would have got colder. It was in the 40s, but it was like for 2 days, it was just this misty rain, just like barely, wasn't raindrops. It was just this blowing around mist. I'm like, if it got any colder, it'd be snowing right now. And that ain't what Florida's all about. It's supposed to be sunny and warm here. Misty and cold. I'm done with winter. You can go away.
I just wanted to take its time. I don't want it to go so. I think I'm actually having a type of anxiety from how fast time is going. I think it's starting to affect me.
Yeah.
Like it's already the end of January, Rob.
I know, man. It's fucking nuts.
Like, come on. It's very scary. I was telling you a few days ago, all of a sudden I felt like my natural body time feeling like, oh, it should be Christmas time now. I'm like, no, we just passed Christmas. We're already almost out of February. And
weird.
Spring's coming early, and just the rate at the way things are going and the standstill everything's at. I really think it's happening to a lot of people, but I'm feeling it really affecting me psychologically. Where I even try to make time, enjoy the day, enjoy the minutes, don't just rush to check off lists, just try to try to enjoy my day.
Yeah.
But it's gone still before I know it.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. We always talk about time going faster. Damn sure seems like it does. Because, yeah, the days fly by, the weeks fly by, the months add up.
A quickness.
It's 2022. That's just bizarre enough in itself. That's
it was just 2018.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the one thing I enjoy about, getting back into vinyl records is every morning I get up put a record on, have my coffee, look at my Facebook, do whatever I got to do, check my email, do this, do that. And I just sit there. I haven't even really turned the TV on in like a week, other than watching a couple of YouTube videos here and there. Kind of nice.
Yeah. I haven't been getting up and like first thing checking like world news and all that like I had been. I'm
Yeah.
waking up and instead of jumping into, I check my messages and I have my coffee and I kind of ease into it. And then later I check and see all my, paranoia and all my stuff. And I start digging into the conspiracies and all that. But because if I go to bed pissed off, shooting these articles out, oh my God, then the first thing I wake up is reading more that gets sent. Like, oh my God, it's too much.
Yeah.
So I've been evening it out.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, I hardly ever watch world news anymore. It raises my blood pressure, so I just avoid it.
Well, I have to. I gotta know like what's happening everywhere. Like Ireland lifting some of their mandates, and the other one who was the UK that lifted their mandates, and then watching what's going on with Ukraine. It's like Battleship. I'm constantly having to watch the motion of where everything's going.
Yeah.
And I've been like that forever. I can't take that out of me.
Yeah, I go through phases where I'm like, I check on things, and then I go like I'm in the phase right now of I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm in the phase of I have enough, like I know what's going on, like I have a good idea of what's going on, even though, and so instead of having to like figure out like, okay, wait, what's the angle? What are we dealing with? Like I got the angle. Now it's a matter of every couple days, every few days going in and finding out like the updates and everything, just so I don't like to be blindsided, but I'm not obsessing over the stuff.
I went to band practice the other day, and my buddy, he's like, "Did you see what Biden said today? Did you see what's happening in here? Did you see what's going on?" And I'm like, "Nope, nope, nope." He's like, "Dude, what do you mean?" I'm like, I'm
sure it's a bunch of babbling bullshit, and
so I'll catch up on it next week. This week,
yeah.
I'm not dealing with it. Whatever. The world can end, and I'll find out about it later.
Yeah.
One of my
trying
other
to balance it out.
We're going to be in a war soon. I'm like, really? With who? What? How? Where? I don't know.
Oh yeah, well yeah, with Ukraine,
Yep.
we've got 8,500 on standby, as opposed to Putin's whatever hundreds of thousands, and they're putting up a concrete wall around the inside of the fence at the White House, like the pylons on the freeway, but they're taller. They say, "Oh, it has nothing to do with the National Guard being deployed. It's because we're doing fountain work and it's unsightly, so we don't want anybody to see it." Meanwhile, Biden's getting a wall around his house. And then we had that plane crash mysteriously over China's seas, where we are rushing to get millions of dollars of stealth, very sensitive equipment out of there. And I'm thinking, So yeah, there's lots of shenanigans going on right now, but yeah, I definitely think there's a World War III we're heading into.
Yeah. I'm still for the fact of, something bad is going to happen to get everybody collectively to get their shit together.
And I think we will. I think we're going to have some sort of an inside civil type war against us, against the government, or however that works. And then it's like going to be an internal thing while this big external thing is happening too.
Yeah. I mean, like when 9/11 happened, it was like everybody came together. You know, as awful as it was, conspiracy, whatever, however, whatever happened, it brought everybody together, and everybody, you know, was helping each other and doing this, and all that shit faded away again. So it's going to take something bigger than that. You know, I keep saying, hey, the aliens are, you know, just
They're
gonna
getting ready for a false flag in some country for that.
bunch of aliens come in and just start whipping out some mean laser cannon and annihilating stuff, and then everybody will like stop fighting amongst themselves and figure out, hey,
There's a bigger machine.
there's a bigger machine. We got to figure out how to break it. So I don't know.
Yep, and that's the weird world we're living in.
Handy thoughts for the evening. Yeah, you got Russia, you got Ukraine, you got this, you got that. If there's a master creator up there, a god, or whatever, they're probably just sitting there going, you guys are a shit show. What am I going to do with you?
Yep. And then wait, do we have a show Sunday? I
Maybe,
think so.
maybe not. I think so, but who knows?
Yeah.
Jason was saying something about work. I thought he posted something. I was just looking for it, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Sorry we didn't have like a whole bunch of stuff really planned tonight. We'll do better next week. We had hard weeks. But thank you for hanging out with us
Yep.
and chatting with us.
It is now after 2, and we are officially closed for the evening.
You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Well, you can until it actually stops working. But anyways, everybody have a great week. We'll see you maybe Sunday. If not, maybe next Wednesday. All right.
And any suggestions you have for the show, email us.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do call-ins. If you got some weird stuff, we want to hear what's happened to you. What's, you know, we always talk about our weird stuff. What kind of weird stuff do you guys have going on in your neck of the woods? I know some of you do. All right. Talk to y'all later. Thanks for being here. Good night.